Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I am coming at you guys today with probably the most requested video, most popular question that I get asked ever since I started this whole weight loss surgery journey. How do I get my waist small? I feel like I get asked that question a lot, and I feel like I'm constantly repeating the same answer to people, so I figured I'd make a video on it, and that way I can reference you to this video. If you ask me that question, I can say, hey, I made a whole video on it, go watch it, and you know, just talk about some of the things that I feel you guys should know when it comes to my waist. The first thing I would like to say is there is no magic trick to this. The world that we're in now, you see a lot of waist trainers, corset training, all that stuff. In most cases, if you have a smaller waist, that's just naturally how you're shaped. If you're not naturally smaller waisted, there are ways that you can kind of fake the funk if you want to, you know, give the illusion of having a smaller waist. One of probably the biggest things that I would suggest is wearing high-waisted items. Pants, skirts, leggings, anything, you know, those little two-piece outfits that are really popular now. Anything that brings the eye up to your midsection where your waist is the smallest, which would be kind of like right under your bust and in that area. So I wanted to share this with you guys. This is just a little notebook that I got right before I had surgery. It just says follow your heart on the front. And I was going to journal. I never do when I say I'm gonna do it, but what I did do, and thankfully I'm so glad I did this, is I wrote down my measurements every time I took them. And I didn't take them once a month or every two, when I felt like it. As I saw the weight coming off, I would take my measurements. So the very first time that I wrote on this paper, in this notebook, was 12/23/2014. I had my surgery on the 16th, so that was 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 7 days, a week after I had surgery. And you all know I had surgery. I was 358 pounds on the day of surgery. So on 12/23, December 23rd, I was 342. So I was already down 16 pounds in a week. That's crazy. And I think I remember either posting on Instagram or Facebook when I was like, oh my God, I lost 16 pounds in 7 days. How? But anyway, I didn't take my measurements the day I had surgery. So these are the most accurate and closest that I have to when I was my biggest. So on December 23rd, 2014, my chest measured at 44, I'm sorry. My waist at 41. My stomach, and I did my lower stomach. I didn't always do this measurement, but I did this time, was 45. My hips, 64. 64. So I'm not gonna do the rest because we're talking about waist today. So my waist was 41 and my hips were 64. That's a big difference. So you can see, even when I was 342 pounds, my waist was significantly smaller than my hips. That's just the way that my body is shaped. And when I was bigger, people still, oh, you have such a small waist. And I'm like, okay. I always thought it was because I had such a big butt and huge hips that it just automatically made me look smaller, but not necessarily, because there are women who have a bigger waist and bigger butt and hips and they just look a little more round as opposed to looking more pear-shaped. February 16th, because I wrote my weight down at this time, I was 313 pounds on February 16th, so that's exactly 2 months after I had surgery, and I'm down, what, 358 to 313. I'm almost down almost 50 pounds at that point. So my waist was 33 and my hips were 59. So still a big difference between my waist and my hips. So right now, and I'm not even sure if I wrote these down, the most recent that I have, the last time I did my hips I think are 46 or 45. So that's 28, 45. Big difference, okay? So my whole point in saying this is it's the way I'm shaped. I'm naturally smaller in my midsection and bigger in the hips. So the bigger your hips, the smaller you're gonna look up top. That's just the way it is. But like I said, it's just how I'm naturally shaped. I don't waist train. I don't do anything, you know, to promote this the way it is. I just lost the weight and kept track of my measurements. Like I said, definitely invest in some high-waisted items, jeans, pants, skirts, etc. pair them with crop tops and have them come up as high as you can, because that is going to give the illusion of a smaller waist. Also, if you're wearing like a bodycon dress, make sure it's nice and fitted, and you can even go ahead and tie a thin belt around the smallest part of your waist, just to kind of give that illusion that, you know, your waist is smaller than your hips. And also, you know, detoxing is great. Detox teas, juicing, anything that's going to reduce bloat in your stomach area is definitely a good idea. Of course, drink lots and lots of water. It's going to just keep you flushed and keep you nice, your stomach nice and flat. And of course, patience. Results don't come overnight. Take lots and lots of pictures, before and after pictures, and take your measurements. Don't worry about anything else but your measurements, because it's all there in the numbers. Trust me when I tell you, there have been times where I was super discouraged and I would do my measurements and look and be like, oh my God, I'm down like 4 inches here and 2 inches here and a half an inch there. And you add those all up and you're like, that's a lot of inches. Like, I'm really making progress. So, you know, definitely write down, even if it's just your waist. Do your waist on the first of the month, the next month do it again, and watch. You'll see that you lost an inch, half an inch, a quarter of an inch, whatever, it came off. So that is gonna motivate you to keep going. Invest in some Albolene cream. Now this is actually to take your makeup off. I'm not really sure who decided to put it on their body to make you sweat. I don't know, whoever it is a genius. But what I do, and mine's like totally empty, but you take this and you go ahead and rub it all on your midsection. And you can do this, I mean, I would recommend doing it when you're gonna work out, especially if you're gonna be doing some cardio where you're gonna be sweating, high intensity cardio. Definitely put that on, and you are gonna notice that is going to help you shed water weight, which is gonna reduce bloat, and it's definitely gonna bring you down some inches. So if you do that, whatever, you know, whatever days you work out, if you work out 5 days a week, 3 times a week, whatever, put it on and get you one of these. This is the thing that I get the questions on so much. This is a sweatband. It is not a waist trainer. It's literally just a band. And I got this from Five Below. It's by Series 8 Fitness. And it just Velcro. It has Velcro here. And it looks like this. And this is actually too big for me now, but they have different sizes. They have, I think, like medium, large, extra large. So you just take this, wrap it around, pull it nice and snug, and that's it. You got your sweatband on. Because I'm extra, I went ahead and got this as well. This is called Miss Belt. I got it at Walmart, and it's like this. So I take this and I bring it, and it has Velcro, so you'll know exactly how to put it on. And you can put it like that, and then these right here are to adjust how tight you want it. So you can bring these out, put it as tight as you want. And you can see that that shit is in there. It is sucked me in like crazy, as you can see. And now that's really tight. I wouldn't suggest doing that if you're gonna work out. As you can, I'm already like, so you wanna let it out just a little bit. Just kinda, you know, keep it snug, but yeah. And then you can go and work out, do your cardio. And when you take these off, you are gonna be sweating. You'll see, the water is just gonna be dripping off of you. I do wanna go ahead and show you my waist measurement, because this is another question that I get asked all the time. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this up again. Now when you are measuring, now you can see where the smallest part of my waist, you're not gonna measure the biggest, you're gonna measure the smallest part of your waist. So you're gonna take your tape measure, you're gonna put it around the smallest part of your waist, and you don't wanna pull it tight, but you want it to be snug. I don't know if you guys can hear my stomach growling, but I'm hungry. And you want to pull it as far as you can without, oh my God, without compromising. So you can see mine goes to about right there, 28. That's about where I've been for the past couple of months. I do have a waist trainer, and it looks like this. And this is the kind that has the little clasps. And it zips. And this is what it looks like. And this size is a medium. Now this thing, I don't like it. And it's not because it's not well made. It's not because it's not good quality. It rolls up on my hips, and that bothers me. It keeps me from being as mobile as I'd like to be. Even if I wanted to wear it, walking around the house, cleaning and all that, it's just uncomfortable, and it continuously rolls up and it gets on my nerves, so I end up taking it off. So you can see that I've always, even when I was at my biggest, my waist was always significantly smaller than my hips. I've always had a small waist, so when people ask me, I mean, I don't mean to sound rude, but that's just the way I'm shaped. I've lost weight even before I had surgery, and I always lost it from my upper body first, my stomach up in here, you know. It's just the way my body carries the weight and the way my body loses the weight. Don't put too much energy into it because it's not everything. I'm sure your body is beautiful just the way it is. Small waists and big booties are the thing now. It's a fad, and it's like literally everybody's gonna be walking around looking the same. And I find that to be a little discouraging because it's like, damn, I don't wanna look like all y'all. I wanna look like me. So if you don't have a small waist, so what? I'm sure you've got something else that makes you stand out for, you know, for being you. Just, you know, celebrate your body. It's something that I'm trying to work on doing every day. Celebrate something that you find beautiful about you and accentuate that. If you got great tits, wear low cut, you know, low cut dresses and shirts, and you know what I'm saying? Once I get great tits, that's what I'll be doing. If you have a sexy back, wear backless stuff and show them back muscles. If you got bomb legs, you know what I'm saying? Like, never mind having a small waist. It's, so what? Like, it's not a big deal, trust me. And it's hard to find pants, okay? That's all I wanted to say, guys. Definitely, if it's, you know, if it's something that you really, really want, work at it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day. Please, please, please thumbs up this video if you enjoyed it. Hit the subscribe button if you are not subscribed already, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.